welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Here's your spoiler warning: I ruin books and I ruin childhood memories. So let's get right on to the pick of the week. First up, the pick of the week from IDW. We have G.I. Joe Cobra number 13, written by Mike Costa and Christos Gage, and art by Chee and Antonio Fuso. Now, last issue we saw Chuckles go, go Joe. Cobra Commander, bam, back of the head, he's dead. Zamat got away, but Tomax, who was knocked out, is now taken prisoner by Chuckles because Chuckles still needs someone to help him get even more inside of Cobra and destroy it even more from within. Tomax is smart enough, though, to try to find a way to relay to the other Cobra guards that, hey, this guy is turned, but since him and his brother kind of tried to form a coup, no one trusts him. Eventually, they encounter Boa. He tells Boa the Cobra Commander's dead. And Boa finally, he actually is the person to listen to Tomax and decides to question Chuckles about it. And Chuckles knows he can't keep up the ruse anymore. And then they go to a fight. Chuckles does not last well against Boa, though, because Boa, Iron Jaw, trained fighter. Chuckles gets a lucky one in on him, gets impaled in the neck, and is able to go off into the submarine, because that's going to be the only way off the island now that it's been compromised and people know that something's up. Tomax tries to warn the Baroness and the rest of Cobra, like, listen, the commander's dead, and Chuckles is a turncoat. Baroness doesn't really believe him, but decides to, okay, well, we'll send someone to investigate. Then realizes, wait, if he's getting to the submarines, aren't those nuclear powered? Sure enough, on the submarine, Chuckles is now battling against Zamat. And Zamat seems to have the one-up on him because he's like, I killed the submarine captain, we're not going anywhere, stabbed you in the chest, now we're going to die together. But Chuckles goes, no, you don't understand. I wasn't ever planning on leaving, and then because it's a nuclear-powered sub, he's able to destroy it, therefore accomplishing his mission and destroying multi-billion dollars worth of Cobra resources, army, troops, and just this whole island in general, forcing Cobra to now, work from the ground up once again. It was a fantastic issue. This whole series has been just spectacular. Makes you yell, Yo Joe, at the end. And I can't wait to see the Cobra Civil War event happening this summer. Excellent, excellent stuff. Now on to the Fast Five. First up, from DC, we have Brightest Day number 20. Now this is the conclusion of the Aqua War. We have Black Manta about to finish the job and kill the one-handed, once again, Aquaman. Aqualad gets in at the last second, fights his old father, and there's enough time for Mera and Aquagirl to come in as backup. They take the beach fight to the ocean as Mera summons the waves to just completely engulf Miami and take everyone back out to the sea. And then they get them trapped back in the Bermuda Triangle, and because Aquaman has accomplished his mission to keep the peace between the sea and the land, White Lantern Boston Brand once again shows up, tries to warn him to run, but he incinerates Aquaman. And then Mera is crying, which is kind of weird because it's underwater and the tears, I don't get it. But anyway, Aquaman's dead. Boston Brand can't stop from killing people once they accomplish their missions, and once again, I'm enjoying the hell out of Brightest Day. Very good stuff. Next up, from Boom Studios, we have Darkwing Duck number 9. Now this is leading after the events of Crisis on Infinite Ducks, where you get all these different versions of Darkwing Duck battling, and everyone's all confused, and now he needs a newer image. And so they go to the best admin in St. Canard, Duck Draper, and it is a parody of AMC's Mad Men. You have the entire cast, Disneyfied in the Darkwing Duck universe, and it had me just bawling with laughter because just every image of every character is usually like, yeah, I can see that guy as a cat, or yes, I can see her as a mouse. It was such a fantastic read, but that was just the beginning. He runs into Steelbeak, who works for Fowl, and Fowl is going to be a part of raising of Duck Thulu, and so that's even way out of Steelbeak's mind. He doesn't want to have anything to do with that. He just wants to, wear his cool threads and, be an evil guy. So he needs Darkwing's help. They go to Fowl to screw it up, throw a monkey wrench into the whole works, but then they get found out that they're working together, and now they have a whole Fowl army on their tails. It was fun. It had me laughing. You got to look at be very careful. Look in the background for images, whether it's posters on Gosling's wall. It's just so much fun, And Darkwing Duck, I want this to come back on TV. I mean, if the comic's this good, imagine what they can do with a live-action movie. Ooh. Next up from Marvel, we have Thunderbolts number 153. Now, this is the issue after Hyperion has gone out of control. It's taking down the Thunderbolts one by one. And now that the Juggernaut has come back out from the Earth, he's decided, no, I'm going to put a stop to this. So first he rescues Moonstone and Songbird, and then he tries to go and, fight him. But Hyperion has the comlink, and it controls the nanites. He hits Juggernaut with it, and Juggernaut's in immense amount of pain. Meanwhile, Luke Cage is trying to, get battle out of the stomach of one of the monsters. Finally gets to the top, and they find out that the little, looks like barnacles on the monsters are also nanites themselves. So as well, they destroy those, monsters are away, and Juggernaut gets to go toe-to-toe with Hyperion, and then they play with the nanites after Ghost takes the comlink from him. It was a good issue. Don't be distracted by the Greg Land cover. Like, Greg Land? What? Oh, it has to be bad. No. It's a good Greg Land cover. See my review about it on Cammy's Comic Corner under Covers of the Week. But yes, this was a fun issue nonetheless. Kev Walker just draws some gorgeous monsters. And then Jeff Parker is quite the storyteller, that's for sure. Next up from DC, we have Green Lantern Corps number 57. Now, we have Firestorm entering the fray of, on Cord, what's going on with the Thunders of Cord and the Sinestro Corps, and why are the Green Lanterns helping them, and why aren't they using their rings? Well, they don't want to break the truce, so it's old fisticuffs, and it seems like Sinestro's forces are really laying waste to the Green Lantern Corps and the Thunders of Cord, but it's this huge battle between Sinestro and the Weaponer that's the real main focus. The Weaponer has him against the ropes at one point, but then Sinestro finally breaks him, and then instead of killing him like we're all thinking he's going to, he offers him a ring and to join his corps because they need someone like him to, not only make fantastic constructs, but he has that kind of mojo that they're looking for in the Sinestro Corps. And of course, turns his back to Quartered and says, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm going to join his corps. It's better to rule in heaven. No, it's better to serve in heaven than rule in hell. That's his motto, and now the Corps has to worry about Krona in the Green Lantern War coming up. It was a good issue. Tyler Kirkin does some great action scenes in this, and Tony Bedard is writing one hell of a story with not only the Corps, but then what's he going to contribute to the Green Lantern War? I have some seriously high hopes that he's going to be blowing me away like he is right now. And finally this week from Boom Studios, we have 28 Days Later, number 20. We have Selina held captive by this rogue special ops agent for the United Kingdom. He was actually a part of the regiment of Major West from the movie, who was about to let Selina and the other gal get raped by his troops, hence why he died. But he blames Selina for his death, and so he's bringing her all the way back to the Worsley house, where it all began, and he's going to kill her. But depending on how much she cooperates, it's going to be either a quick death or he's going to torture the hell out of her. Well, not to worry. Selina eventually gets away and has a nice little trap set in motion as she takes the dog tags of his beloved Major, throws him out onto the open field of battle, forcing him to go pick it up because he finds her so pathetic. Boom! Steps on the landmine, all according to plan. Selina then rendezvous with Clint, and now with the U.S. Army, they're going to be shipped back to London. So we're coming down to the final issues of this series, it feels like. And again, it's just been such a fun ride. You have Alejandro Aragon just doing a fantastic job with Selina. I mean, he really picked up the reins after Declan Shalvey left. And Michael Allen Nelson, I hope you adapt this to script, because this would make a killer movie. And then here the groundwork right here. Good old Boom Studios. So that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. From there you can read every Friday my favorite covers of the week. It's called Cammy's Favorite Covers. I show you usually 5, and then I describe why they're such great covers and why I'm in love with them. Also, you can listen to the audio podcast Geeky Talky. This past week I interviewed Mike Norton of Battle Pug and Young Justice. So go listen to that, and I don't know what I'm going to have for this upcoming Geeky Talkie, so woo, it's going to be a surprise, hopefully. Also, big shout out to Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com. They specialize in the best of U.S. comic books, manga, and collectible toys imported straight from Japan. Head on over to their store at Mission Valley if you're in the San Diego area, or just check out their site, rsc-online.com. So that does it this week for Cammy's Comic Corner. I gotta go get ready to do another book of the month and another Top Shelf review, because freaking February is only like 28 days or something like that. What the hell's up with that? Why can't it be regular, like another month? I don't know. Apparently this has been happening for years and I'm just now noticing it. So until then, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy. Hopefully, if you're in San Diego, it stops raining.